This is Severe MMA. We're at Cage Warriors Unplugged at the BT Sports Studio, and we're alongside Kenneth Bergh. And Kenneth, Ross Cooper didn't seem to have much for you tonight. Talk us through the finish, especially the head and arm triangle was a thing of beauty because you used the strikes to set it up.
Yeah. Well, like I said after my fight, I'm always looking for opportunities. I'm opportunistic in my style. If I see a right cross and it's going to hit, if I see a head kick, if I see a low kick, if I see a takedown, I'm always going to go for it. Like some of my fights, I've finished with the guillotine. It's not because I'm looking for the guillotine specifically, but it just is an opportunity that presents itself, and I'm taking it. And so now I was able to set up the choke with my elbows. I could have gone for more strikes, but I felt the most reasonable thing was to go for the quickest and most available option, choke him out, and get the victory.
I hate comparing fighters to others, but when I watch you, when I watched you work,
Yeah.
your cornerman comes straight into mind. I see a little bit of Jack's patience and Jack's sort of willingness to kill, Mawson's sort of his grind.
Yeah.
Is it a case that the gym has helped to make you the fighter you are, or did you?
Absolutely. Thanks for asking that question as well, because it's in this sport, there's no way you can go anywhere without your team. We compete alone in the cage, but on the way to the cage, there's so many things going on, and if you don't have a strong team, there's no way you can get better. If it weren't for Jack Hermanson, Emil Mek, Mohsen Bahari, Håkon Foss, all those guys at my team, Joachim Tollefsen, all of these guys, the pros, if it weren't for them, I would never get anywhere. Eduardo Rios, our grappling coach, he used to be the grappling coach for a Brazilian top team. He's one of the best black belts in the world. These are the guys that are teaching us how to fight and continually making us improve every single day.
Both Jack and Mawson have found success at the Cage Warriors level. Jack, obviously, the middleweight champion.
Yeah.
Is the Cage Warriors light heavyweight title, is that something in your sights at the moment?
Well, I always want to look at the next fight. You know, if I get a fight, that's the one I'm focusing on. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm going to do this and that and that and that. I'm going to take my steps each and every time. I'm going to go 100 for the next step, then 100 for the next one, and that's my goal always. If the opportunity presents itself, like I said in my style, if it presents itself, I'll take it on the spot. And I really, really mean this. I'll fight anyone, anytime, as long as the circumstances are correct and I get the pay that I want. I'll fight anyone.
When you look at the fact that the Cage Warriors doesn't have a light heavyweight champion at the moment, Darren Stewart obviously recently has recently been signed.
Yeah.
Cage Warriors is proving to be a very good stepping stone
Absolutely.
up to the. Can we expect to see you maybe on Cage Warriors cards a little more over the next year? Can we?
I'd like to fight in February, in March, whatever, in January. It doesn't matter. I'm in shape, so I'd like to fight as soon as possible. I think Cage Warriors is a fantastic platform, and in and on itself, Cage Warriors is massive. Just look at the show they had tonight. It's professional from to the fingertips. It's just 100%. Everything is covered, and it just looks really, really good as well. I think people are going to see home on their screens just how well this is, and it's going to be a power in itself, and not just something that's produces fighters and then gives them away. I think they have a chance to let people know just how good this thing is tonight, and they really showed it.
The Northern Europeans, the Scandinavians, you seem to be coming in force now into MMA. You've been around for a little while, but you just seem to be producing, especially at the amateur level and people coming up, a load of killers. What is it about? Is it the water up there? What is it that breeds such fighters? Because all of you have there's no arrogance about any of you. You're all very laid back, but man, you're monsters in the cage.
Well, thanks for saying that, but I think it has a lot to do with work ethic, and sometimes when you have to work so hard for things, you just apply yourself that much more. Some places, maybe you have all the things covered from you're a child or wherever you have the opportunity to go train and go fight or wherever, and here we have to work for every centimeter. Here, especially at Frontline Academy, we're not that many guys, but the level of training that we have and the professionalism. I've traveled many places around the world. I've never seen the level of professionalism that I see there. Like at All Stars, it's the same type of gym. It's Andreas Michael, the head coach there. He's also the same kind of teacher, and we're just so lucky to have this clinical way of working. So I think that's the difference that we'll really apply. We apply ourselves.
Well, that effort and clinical way of working paid off tonight with a first-round head and arm triangle submission. Kenneth Bergh, a pleasure watching you work, and we look forward to seeing you fight.
And here's
again.
another guy we want to see on
of
the
course,
screen real soon.
Absolutely. A pleasure watching you work, sir.